Hello, social studies students. This is Mr. Dowd, and I'm here to help you with the French and Indian War paragraph. As you can see, I have an image of the Google Classroom here. I'm in the classwork tab, Q2, week 5. And the assignment is in the Pear Deck in the December 5th through 9th lesson. Right here on the sign-in is what you need. Opens up the Pear Deck, continue, and let it know how you're feeling. So this was the Pear Deck about the French and Indian War, and it starts with this review, and then there were some more review slides, and then it goes into the vocab. We're going to skip through this because this video is about the paragraph assignment. Here's the learning target for the beginning of it. I understand the reasons that England and France went to war in North America. So these the first reading and the first part of the paragraph assignment has to do with the reasons why England and France went to war. That was the French and Indian War. If we skip to this question, it introduces the first text that we read for this assignment. Remember, there are two separate texts, and this is the first one. You can see right here, it says part 1. There are 3 questions you have to answer from the text. Let's review these before we read. According to the reading, what caused the French and Indian War? Question 2, according to the reading, which Native American tribes sided with the English and which sided with the French, and why did they choose those sides? And according to the reading, when the war ended, how much North American land was controlled by France and how much was controlled by England? And the answers are in the text. Now, the text is in the Google Classroom. It is right here. Here's part 1. Here is part 2. And if you want to do highlighting of your own in the text, then what you can do is open the text. Oops, I think I just did it twice. Open the text, and then if you want your own copy to highlight, you can always make a copy, and it will put it in your Google Drive. Now for highlighting, you'll notice you've got this tab right here of the read-write tools. It will have you sign in with Google. And now you can use all of these tools up here. The reading, we did this in class. As you read along, you are going to be looking for the answer to the first question. And that is, what was the cause of the French and Indian War? And you can see I've done some highlighting here already. Britain and France competed to extend their colonial holdings to the Ohio River Valley and throughout the Great Lakes. It says this area was important. The Ohio River offered a route all the way to Mexico. So this is a section. And again, you could use the read-write tools. You could highlight it, and then it goes on to talk about the war. As you read, you will find the answer to all 3 of the questions for this section of the text. Now, here you have 3 slides that follow, 2, 3, and there's a slide for each of those questions. In this case, I'm going to use the text tool, and I'm going to put the answer. What caused the French and Indian War is the question. Here's a hint. What land did both England and France want? I'm going to click and just type it. Now, I started to say they, and then I changed it because I'm not quite sure how I need to use this information in the paragraph. So I'm going to put England and France. I'm going to be specific about who was fighting in this conflict. Now I move on to the next question, and I'll find this answer in the text. As you go through, There is another reading packet. This is part 2. Again, part 2 of 4 articles right here, a different set of information. And you have 3 more questions. And again, the answer to these questions are in the text. And I think there's even some leftover highlighting in the text from our classroom demonstrations. Now, the next part of this assignment is I can make a claim in writing about the French and Indian War and support that claim with text-based evidence. If you have answered all of the 6 questions from the 2 reading selections, then you have everything you need to write an 8-sentence paragraph. And here's the outline for this paragraph. You can see in green you have an introduction sentence, you have a concluding sentence, and then you have 2 yellow sentences. These yellow sentences begin each part of the question, which is what caused the French and Indian War and what effect did it have on the English colonies. So again, it's a 2-part, what caused the French and Indian War and what effect did it have on the English colonies. And you can see in the sentence starters here, you've got that addressed, that 2-part addressed here in the introduction. Now, to make it, to give even more support, starting on slide number 33, you've got sentence stems, you've got hints in the blanks here, and you've got a spot to write your sentence. Use the information that you found and complete an entire sentence, right? That is, writing the complete sentence, not just the blanks, right here on the slide. You want the complete sentence because when you get to the end of this, you're going to paste them all in order to make a complete paragraph. Let me show you an example here. I'm going to go back to my... So I found some information here. England and France both wanted the Ohio River Valley. All right, so I'm going to, I can copy and paste this if I want to, Control C, and then I can paste. Now, that's not my complete sentence, so I'm going to Control Z and undo that. I want to start with this. The French and Indian War was caused by, so wanted the same land, or I could even be specific. And it affected the English colonies by, now slide 27 is going to have the answer to that. That is from the second packet. And you, with that information, will be able to finish this sentence. Affected the English colonies by, and again, that information is on slide 27. As you move on, you will see that each of these sentences has a sentence starter and it has hints for you on where to find the information. When you finally get to the last sentence, use a conclusion starter and then restate your first sentence using some different words. If you've done the reading, if you have answered the questions, then you have everything you need to write these sentences. And once you've written these sentences, you can copy and paste them into this answer box to complete this paragraph assignment. This assignment is the paragraph is a separate assignment in the Google Classroom under the Social Studies Literacy Skills. The rest of the Pear Deck, the answers and the vocab are in the history section as a French and Indian War assignment. Students, this is your hint video on how to complete this assignment. Please do it as soon as possible because it is currently missing in Skyward if you haven't already done it.